and I collect military stuff. And this is a RCA designed and built airship radio. Now, if you don't know, this is a lighter than air airship radio. That's a blimp or a dirigible. It's actually designed in the late 30s, and it's a direction finder to be used with a loop antenna. And I'm unsuccessful in finding the loop that goes with it, but it is motor powered. That is, it operates off a dynamotor. It is working. It tunes from about 15 kilohertz up to 1700 kilohertz, so it covers the broadcast band. And I used it in the DX contest last month. Didn't do too well, but that's because of my own circumstances. So this RCA made a tremendous amount of military equipment in World War II, and most of their equipment was very well designed. This was made in Camden, and so there it is. It is working here. If you want to listen to it, I can turn it on later. And I enjoy working with this military stuff.
That's the super hat?
That's a super hat. But it's got big pin tubes.
So it's not a boat anchor, it's a blimp anchor.
That's a blimp anchor.
It doesn't look like it. What is that thing down there? Is that the power supply?
This is a homemade 28-volt power supply. The radio works on 28 volts for the filaments, and this is a dynamotor that creates 220 volts for the plates.
What did you say the low end was on the frequency?
The lowest band is 15 kilohertz to 32 kilohertz. That's pretty low.
Okay, thanks. Name first.
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay. My name's Rich Gola. Usually, at least some of the people who know me, I find a lot of stuff at garage sales. This is one of the items I found. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to try and slide this to the side a little bit. Thanks, so. I saw it sticking out from under a table with a tablecloth on it. As you can see, the box is pretty ratty looking, but it's described as a VOM dynamic demonstrator by RCA, and it's a kit. I'll open it up for you and show you what it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
When I opened it up there, I was quite surprised to see the colors. This is a really neat item, and I don't know when they produced this, but it really stood out wonderful when I saw it. The other thing that was interesting, since it's a kit, I have to do something else here, so hang on. Look at the other side. You can see all the wiring. They have traces laid out on this hardboard. Tell you where to put exactly every wire. So it's a pretty neat piece of work to find at a garage sale.
How much?
Cheap. I don't pay a lot for anything. By the way, here's a little RCA key fob that has return postage guaranteed for this building. I don't know what year this was made, but it has the fellow's name on it who owned it. I got it from a guy locally. Sorry?
Is it David Sarnoff?
No, actually, no. Not the guy, no.
Dave Steve?
But it does say RCA Labs, Princeton, New Jersey. You can come up and take a look at that as well. That's it.
All right, Dave Sika, as I guess most of you know, I collect mostly television stuff, but I brought not television stuff tonight with me because I just wasn't feeling strong enough to do that. But I have a couple of little surprises here. This has been here before, but it's been a long, long time, so I figured it was probably due for a return trip. And with the RCA theme, I brought it wasn't a beach umbrella. This is a
Rotate. Show us the hood.
excuse me, my zipper's This is the famous RCA-77 DX microphone, and got it with the official bird cage cover, which was a really nice, nice surprise. The funny thing about this microphone is that it's in perfect working condition, and I actually use this professionally. We record voiceover narrations in my business with this, and it sounds so much nicer than the new microphones that when we're doing like a really important job, we'll drag this one out and use it, and we'll only bring the new microphones out for the cheap jobs. I'm sorry? This is a ribbon microphone with it's got adjustable impedances and adjustable pickup patterns and so on and so forth. It's an incredible piece of technology, and like I said, I think it still outperforms most of the stuff that's out there on the market today. It's really an awesome microphone. It's in I bought it from the original owner at an auction, and I probably paid more for this than almost anything else that I've ever purchased, but I still got it for a fraction of its market value. There were two bidders on it, and I just looked at the other guy and I said, I'm not going down on this one, and he eventually gave up, and I got it for a few $100.
What's expensive?
I'm sorry?
What year might that be?
Well, these were actually, the 77s were made for a long, long time, but this particular one was purchased in, I believe, 1954.
Is that the mini version? They had a slightly reduced size capsule in there, so I thought there was like a larger and a small.
That was the 44. Well, the 44 was the squarish one.
The trapezoidal. I thought the 77 came in a small
The
capsule.
77 came in several different models,
Yeah.
including there was a television model which came in black, I think, non-reflective. But this is the 77C. This is the probably the arguably the most common one, but common is still a relative term.
Right.
And less common is that it came with the original paperwork, which was kind of neat. That was a really awesomely nice surprise, including the. No, this is not a capacitor microphone. This is, but it's got the original, the polar patterns, and it's got the original hand-typed spec sheet that came from RCA when it was new. So it was a really nice find. I thought it was worth dragging that out again to.
What did it cost new, Dave? Any idea? Relative?
New? I have no idea what it costs new. No, that's we worry about what they cost now, which is scary numbers. But it was a top of the line microphone back then. I mean, this is the one you used if you wanted to get the best microphone back in the late 40s and early 50s. Second surprise I brought it's mostly a surprise to me. This is not an RCA item, but it's a Victor item. And it's a book, or it's a cover anyway, which apparently has stuff that goes in it.
It's the binder. The voice of the Victor was the Victor Talking Machines Dealers magazine that came out monthly from 1910 or 1907 to the mid-20s. And there's only one set of those that I know of existing at the Camden County Historical Society. It's a spectacular magazine. I'm just annoyed that you only have the binder.
This is the stealth set. But you see, I said it was a surprise to me. I had no idea what this is, and I figured that maybe I'd get lucky here today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. I'm a little less ignorant than I was when I got
It's
here.
something like 1910. I mean, whenever they, really scaled up distribution, they would mail this out with design ideas for your dealership and profiles of performers. And the covers are an interesting mix of performers and then the number 2 diaphragm for the tone box and things like that. I have some color photos of them down in my office.
Well, maybe we'll put some photocopies in here. But a friend of mine gave me this, and he said he thought or he had heard that this was something really cool, but he wasn't exactly sure why, and that he was sure I would like it. So, you know, when the junk fairy leaves stuff under your pillow, you take it. And then I need an assistant for this. Just hold my phone here, please. Ready? Sure. And then the last surprise is I have this RCA logo tattooed on my lower back. But I just this is as far as I'm going. I just figured I have this very nice RCA shirt which I got at a flea market. I don't know what the deal is. I think they probably made them in.
That
I think it
would
was
be
an RCA
close to
logo.
1979, I bet, when they restored the logo. Between 79 and 84, they brought back Nipper, restored the windows down in Camden, and I think they really expanded their product line of shirts and hats and plastic nippers and things.
Okay. Well, anyway, so here it is. What better night to wear? I was just kidding about the tattoo.
Okay, I'm Alex Magoon, the head of the library, if you didn't know that already. And I got the newsletter on Wednesday evening, and I come home and it says, you know, the upcoming meeting is Show and Tell RCA Victor, and great. Well, that sounds, I really look forward to seeing what other people, and hopefully Alex will show us some of his hidden treasures. And I'm going, all my hidden treasures are shown on display. You've already seen Vladimir Zworykin's radio dog detector, the first 45. So I pulled out something that isn't even actually necessarily RCA. This is a General Electric transmitter triode from before 1935. That's all I know from the little patent dates on the tube. It's the 4273.
It's a 204, Alex.
It's a 204?
It's a UV204.
Thank you.
That's a Plyatron.
Okay. Excellent. No, I mean, it's not.
This is my favorite too.
Excellent.
These were made by GE in 1918. They were called a 250 watt
All right.
Plyatron transmitting tube. And I just want to see this, if you don't mind. This is the earliest one that I've ever seen. Okay, and this could be World War I. Okay, because they had a bulbous shape.
Got the pinch.
Well, yeah, they were all made by GE. Okay, and they also called this the P valve. Okay, P for Plyatron, and it has a plate dissipation of 250 watts. It's this was the king triode of World War I at the time. It's an amazing tube, and actually this exact tube, I think they used 3 of them. Okay, in 1921 they renamed it the UV204. I think they sold for about don't quote me on this, but I think it was $115. It was an astronomical price in 1921, okay, for a tube.
Which
It was
is,
a
you
fortune.
multiply that by about 12 today is what you get as a current price.
Yeah, well, anyway, in 1923 they used these, 3 of these to communicate across the Atlantic.
So this is what drove the Alexanderson alternator obsolete.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
This is true, and that's a very good point. I never realized that, but this particular one, okay, the patent dates, I'd say
Well, that
this
was
is
1918.
yeah, but this is a real P valve. It's probably the only one of it. It's extremely rare. Okay.
Explains why it's on this board.
Yeah. This may be the first one for,
Yeah.
you know,
Now I take it the rust inside means that it's gassed or.
you know what? The only way to find out
Is to open it.
Does anybody have an O-meter?
What's that, no meter?
Does anybody have an O-meter handy?
Ray does.
I just want to see if you have to do that. You don't mind. There goes your tube.
Well, it's on a board with a number of other, like, sort of significant looking tubes.
More than
And so
You got more information than you're looking for.
that's why we're here, right? Well, sort of the backup in case that turned out to be a real washout. The military in the 1950s, he's on the Tube Collectors Yahoo group, writing about all these signal corps radars. He keeps in touch with me. He was actually put me up in his hotel room at my first History of Technology conference in Virginia. So I owe him a debt I can never quite repay, which means listening to a lot of his stories. And but he also periodically emails me and says, I have some tube bases, do you want them? I say, okay, sure, I never see them. This came out of the blue. I don't even remember him telling me about it, but I think it's going to go to the next clinic and hopefully get this restored, because it occurred to me, I don't think I actually have an RCA tabletop radio that can plug in and play. And when I went this morning to the History Issues Convention in Trenton, I brought this along thinking, okay, here's an object made in New Jersey, show it off. And when I walked out of the building with it last night, one of the senior members of the technical staff inquired about it, and I explained. He said, does it work? I said, oh, good point. So hopefully in the future this will be like the demo one at these places. All right, that's all for me. Oh,
Alex?
yeah, update.
Your tube's got continuity.
It works.
Okay, well,
We can talk to England.
it's got continuity. However, these didn't have getters. Somebody mentioned that, and it's a very good point. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
You have to put the fire to the wire.
If you want, I'll bring the 12-volt Truman transformer.
That's what that is.
Okay.
That's a T-valve.
Hey, Alex. Hands up.
Well, I was going to bring a bunch of portable tube battery radios here, RCA radios. But I think, you know what, there's going to be enough radios here, and everyone saw those. So I figured I'd bring something RCA, which is not a radio, but it's RCA pneumatrons. It's a clock built with pneumatron tubes. I've always had a passion building these clocks since the 70s. I mean, I brought my first LED clocks in this box. I built in 1974. It has worked continuous since then. It wakes up my son every morning for school. Basically, RCA had a couple of different sized pneumatrons. These are the DR2100s. These are the DR2000s. They run on 5 volts. Pretty much LEDs made them obsolete when LEDs came out. These are power hungry versus the LEDs, and it's this guy here is in my family room. This guy here is in my daughter's room. I threatened her I was going to sell it one day, and she goes, "No, don't sell it." All right, it's her nightlight for a bedroom, and it's fun building them. You can still get these tubes on eBay here and there. I mean, sometimes you get them cheap, sometimes they're more expensive. These are using clock chips from the 1970s also, the MM5314. And you can still get them for about 12, 13 bucks a piece. They used to be a few dollars a piece in the 70s and 80s. They're fun building. I mean, I like them. I've always built clocks. It's a passion of mine. I need a 12-step program to help me with this guy here.
Hey, Sal,
I'm on my 11th step, so I have to finish this one before I get to the 12th step. But, yes?
you got the time?
Oh, by the way, we have to be out by 10 o'clock. So,
58 minutes and counting.
yes. Now, this clock here has nothing to do with RCA. I just brought it. It's Nixie tubes. This guy here, these tubes it's neon, and they run on 160 volts. I built the voltage double because I thought these tubes would need a higher voltage, but it didn't need it, so I just tapped it out to about 160 volts to light them up. But I put the sign so no one decides to play with the circuit board and get a shot. I brought a whole bunch of things, but I didn't take them out. I was going to do a little talk on display technologies. I have all different types of displays, but I just figured this ain't the place to do it right now. That's it. Say what?
What's the life expectancy of the
No, well, okay. The Numatrons, they say it's 100,000 hours, which is like 10 years. I doubt it, okay? I'm running them at a lower voltage, just so, A, it's too bright, and B, especially in the bedroom, and B, just to make them last longer. Nixie tubes, I mean, I have tubes from Russia, life expectancy 1,000 hours, up to like, 25, 30,000 hours. Now I'm running them at a lower current also. These guys need probably about 2.5, 3 milliamps to light them up. I got it about 1.5 milliamps, so they're running dimmer, and this way they'll last a lot longer. These tubes here, they get pretty pricey. Now, these came from Russia. As a matter, I had a quick story. I had a guy email me, hey, I heard you're interested in Nixie tubes, and well, I could sell you, a box of 25. Just send me, $250 Western Union, in Lithuania. I'm like, yeah, right. That's the last I'm going to see that money, And I was a little skeptical, and he emailed me, so if you don't trust me, I'll send you the tubes first, and if you want them, then just pay me. Sure enough, a few weeks later, a box of tubes come in my house, and then I did the Western Union and paid him. I mean, I was worried it was going to be a scam, but when he mailed me the tubes at that point, I mean, I got these pretty inexpensive compared to right now. These are going for about $25 a piece now. Yeah, they went crazy within the last year or so. But I mean, I think I paid like $6 or $7 a piece, which was I wish I bought 10 boxes from them at that point. That's about it.
This is Ed Weber, and this is a lamp.
Cool.
That says RCA radiola with nymphs on the side.
Naked
ladies.
Your wife allows that in the house?
Actually, it says on the back it's a radio light tenor. There's a jack on the back where you can attach your antenna to. There's a trap inside. And I believe what you do is you hang this up and then you hang your antenna to it.
Like a Playboy channel.
I bought this from a friend of mine who's a trucker down in West Virginia in his travels. And he said, I never saw anything like it, and I haven't either. Has anybody seen anything like this?
It looks like a display.
On the internet, I saw.
But it says RCA radiola on the side?
Yes, it does.
Now, what year would this be from? Do you know?
That's late 20s.
Really?
Gotta be 20s, yeah.
Wow.
That's how I'm thinking. At some point they switch.
Very cool.
Beautiful shape, too.
Yeah, nice.
Did I write that down for you, Mark?
I brought these are usually fine in store displays. Although they go nice if you want to put a radio on top of it, but it really doesn't do it justice. And
Yes, I saw that. Oops, other way.
there's a couple of them around various types.
Just write that up for him.
But it's a tapestry and it's got the globe in it.
Why is it
got-
reversed?
Well, no, you see, it's meant to be folded in the middle. So it's got, if you notice, the RCA
RCA logo down there and RCA logo in the opposite direction.
Oh.
And then it says radiola, super heterodyne on both ends. So fold it.
Right.
See, it goes something
That's
like
nice.
this.
Mom, where's your camera?
So you use it as a bath towel, or?
I use it for other things, but we've got mixed company here.
Mom, hold it up.
You can use it as a what do they call
Loincloth.
it? Loincloth.
Is it wool or is it felt? What's it?
No, this is a tapestry. This is tapestry. This is silk, you know, and it's really, it's not, you know.
But where did the
printed.
dealer hang it that you would see it on both sides?
Well, I mean, he would put his, you know, it would be a table display of some sort, and the radio would be on.
Factor is about right for the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about that.
But
Then you'd obscure all the cool stuff, right? I mean,
well, no,
the
no,
RCA logo.
you wouldn't put the radio on top of it. I mean, it would be.
What's this thing? Made in Taiwan.
Embroider on it.
Yeah. Oh, I bought it from a dealer. He not only deals in these things, but among other things. Anyway, and some of you have seen these pictures before. I think Marcia has, but since it's RCA, I thought I'd bring them in. And they're actually news photos. They're reproductions. They're not the original, but Alex tells me that for a photo, what's the difference between the original and the reproduction, right? So they're very clear. And so I'll leave these up here. Just please be careful with them. They're kind of fragile. So the first one is a picture of Senor Marconi and his lovely wife, and Mr. Sarnoff and his lovely wife, and all the way at the right-hand side is Mr. Alex Anderson, and this is taken at the
Rocky
Point
in 27.
Alex believes in 1927. It's the Rocky Point Station, which RCA ran. So you can look at that. And we also have Senor Marconi and Mr. Sarnoff, and they're at top of the, not the RCA building, but the, what do you call it?
Well, we think it's Rockefeller Center. It would be
Yeah,
the RCA
right,
building.
but they call it, what is it, the,
30 Rock.
30 right.
the Radio City Tower is
Right.
what it was called, okay?
This is 1933.
Right, and you can look over on out, you know, see the skyline of New York, and you know, he was probably visiting at the time. And there's another photo at the same time, Senor Marconi with his wife and Mr. Sarnoff, and the general, rather. And inside the transmitter, again, Sarnoff and Marconi together. And I have a few more inside. And then there's another photo, and I don't know where this was taken, but there seems to be some kind of conference or a visit. And the names of the people are written on the bottom, so if you identify any of them, you know, just tell me. But I do recognize the name Latimer. And I think it might be the same Latimer that's written numerous papers on radio stuff. It's Latimer, so I recognize that name. But
Clarence Hansel on the left there is a 400 patent guy. I mean, he had as many patents as Alexander.
oh, okay. So yeah. So some of the names I don't recognize, but anyway, you can look through those. And indeed, Alex said that he'd like a couple of copies of some of them. So either he doesn't recognize them, or
We don't have them in our collection.
okay. And, you know, so the club will receive $150 per. No. If I have any duplicates, they'll go to Alex. Okay. And that's it. Thank you.
Phil Vortzes.
Louder, Phil. You're not gonna use the mic.
Oh, where's the mic?
Right behind you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, RCA Victor. Well, I've got plenty of stuff from RCA Victor. So it was really tough to decide what to bring. I wanted to bring everything. I couldn't. So maybe we'll have to do this again for RCA sometime. Here's an interesting thing I picked up on eBay. It's an RCA Victor pencil case. And you open it up, and sure enough, it's got RCA pencils in it. But I take the pencils out, and I take this aluminum piece out.
It's got a secret compartment.
What do I see on the bottom? The hole.
It is the tuner case.
TV tuner case.
So when I look in here, I see horizontal hole,
Are you
vertical
kidding?
hole,
It's the mark
interest.
for a color.
You know the rest.
For a CT100 maybe?
No,
I don't know what
unless
TV
they
this is
repainted
from,
the
but this
cover.
guy took a TV piece and made a pencil case out of it.
Those are modern pencils. Color television chassis.
That's color.
That's funny.
All right, so that was quite a surprise.
So this is not something that was sold.
No,
Someone.
It also says for technician only.
They make them in China now, and they hold chopsticks.
All right. Another eBay item.
use the mic.
Another eBay item. This is an acetate 45, which is anybody out there that really understands how acetate gets into the mix here with records? I don't really know. But this is an RCA Victor Advanced Development Laboratory recording, H.E. Roy's. Is a date June 22nd, 1951. Experimental 45 RPM. Do not play automatically. And it has the wonderful hit In a Monastery Garden. And it actually has a song on the other side too. Deep Purple. Well, that one we know.
That's not a 7-inch. That looks like a 5 or a 6-inch.
No, it is 7-inch.
Are you gonna break this one for us too?
Oh, you can't break.
Oh no.
They're pretty strong. It is a regular 45, so it is about the same size. And the only other thing is on the bottom. It says RCA Camden, Building 10-4.
That's the experimental. H.E. Roy's was the chief engineer of record advanced development. And he actually compiled a collection of articles from everybody that worked on disc recording. It's East Stroudsburg. I've forgotten the name of the publishing company, but if you check out H.E. Roy's as an editor on A-Libris or one of the used books, it's a great collection of the sort of technical history of disc recording.
Okay. I'm just wondering, and since the 45 came out in 1949, which we all know from last month's meeting, that this was done in 1951, so I wonder
This
what
might
they
be
were
leading towards the
experimenting.
EP.
Yeah, I mean, okay. All right, so, and that. Here's an interesting little thing, tidbit. In 1981, I was looking for a job, and one of the places I went to interview was RCA. It was the RCA SATCOM domestic satellite communications thing. And lo and behold, I got an offer letter, January 11th, 1981, for $1,461 bi-weekly. That'll buy you a lot nowadays. Anyway, I turned down the job, and I often wondered what it would have been like to work here, but didn't happen. The other interesting thing is, which didn't seem to mean much back then, here's all the benefits you got, you know, all paid 100% by the company. You don't see that very often anymore.
Was that the outfit in Hightstown?
Yes.
How long did they last before they got?
Yeah, how long did they last?
Well, 1980s. It was 81. Only a few years.
Okay.
Well, they're part of Lockheed Martin bought them.
No, but before that it was GE.
Right.
The RCA, and then it was RCA-themed, and then
Right.
The other thing I brought is, I call them the twins here. Last month I was talking about the RCA machines, and I talked about the new orthophonic high fidelity ones that they came with out towards the end with in the middle to late 50s. And this is the only portable model that they made in new orthophonic high fidelity, 45 ohm. And this is its big brother, that has the multi-speed unit. And like I mentioned last month, RCA's idea of, you know, upgrading to this size record turned out to be a failure when we had now 2 or 3 different size records. So everybody had to make the multi-speed units, including RCA. Interestingly though, at the beginning, RCA wouldn't make the multi-speed unit and actually put 2 changers in their consoles, the small 45 and another changer for the other kind of records. and I think until 1952 they did it.
Did the other changer do 78s and 33s, or just 78s?
They did both.
Okay.
Yes. And perhaps they did both. Yeah. So actually, I think in '49 they only did the 78s.
Right.
Because until they got together and were more friendly with Columbia.
Right. Well, 1950 they did an LP.
Right. So then in '50 they started making the both speed. Once they were making the LPs themselves, obviously they were going to make machines to play them. So they're pretty much identical, except for the speed and the size, of course. This one has 2 tweeters. This one has 1, and one last item. Last month and the month before, at one of our auctions, one of these machines was auctioned off in very poor condition, and I got it for, I think it was $6. And I needed a part to make this whole, and now I needed an output transformer. So this is 100% now because of that auction item, so I'm very happy about that. And then, last but not least, I brought a shirt too, Dave.
It's shirt day.
Take it off.
Oh, my.
That's enough.
RCA.
You look really classy, Phil.
This is the 1949, 1950 model called 45J. And I don't know, should we see what the monastery garden sounds like?
Not on the acetate.
No?
That's why it would
The
be,
acetate's
that
a
was cut.
recording.
That was original.
That's what I want to know about acetate.
The acetate is a softer. It doesn't have, it's the cutting. It's the one you can make an instantaneous recording off of.
Oh, so I shouldn't play it.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
You can play an acetate. They're made to be played.
They are made to be played, but I think they probably wear out fast.
They'll last for about 100 planes,
I
give or
play it
take.
once I bought a real good machine.
Well, I'm going to play it once. I'll play it in front of you.
All right.
And if it's a copy recording, I'll just play about 30 seconds, all right?
Who wants Phil to play?
Let's hear Deep Purple.
There you go. Deep Purple.
No, you gotta play it. You gotta play the A side.
All right. Personally play the A side.
Now you know why they use this for test.
Sounds like Royce is playing the violin.
Can you hear me?
Let's see what Deep Purple.
Like I said, play Deep Purple. Well, they had to do the violin because that's the higher harmonics. So
70 watts on deep.
Well, they did say not to play it on an automatic machine.
That's on one side.
Just spin it on your finger.
Okay, it's enough.
You only have some work to do before they give the
I don't want everybody to fall asleep. Okay. All right, I'm done. Who's next?
Okay, my name is Aaron Hunter. Looked around to see what I thought I should bring in, and I decided to bring this. This is what interests me. A truck, toy truck. It comes with the original box, got it off of eBay. This is not one of my original toys. This is, though I have a lot of my original toys, this is not one of them. This is an RCA service truck, and I have a multi-interest in this vehicle because, well, RCA service truck. This was for the TV. Notice the antenna on the, or the ladders on the top of it. In 1948, 49, 50, people were having the antennas installed on the top of their houses, so you need a ladder to get up top there to put the antennas up. RCA, I just happen to have a couple TVs, a couple radios. It also has Nipper on the side of the truck. I just happen to have a couple Nipper phonographs, Victor phonographs. But my main interest in this vehicle is that this represents a 1948, 49, 50 Ford F1 truck. That vehicle won some kind of an award, I think, because of its styling. It was advanced styling when it came out after the war. And I just so happen to have a 1949 F1 truck. And my brother says that he remembers when the dealer had the truck before they painted it, that it said on the side of it, RCA service. So I may actually have a service truck. I'm not 100% sure, but
You have to remove the paint layer carefully.
I would have to remove the paint layer and so on, yeah.
It's called a fat Ford, isn't it?
So this was the 6-cylinder, did not have the V8. I guess that was a little more money to get to buy the V8, so there it is. And it came with a box.
Yours come in the box too?
There's a little bigger box.
Now, did you buy your truck like way back when? Your real truck?
I didn't buy it because in 1953 I was only, let's see.
No, you said you have a truck now.
Well, yes.
Right.
My father bought the truck.
Oh, okay.
My father bought the truck in 1953. It was a used 1949 truck. Bought it at Rice and Holman. And supposedly it was an RCA service truck. It hasn't run since 1975, so I intend to restore it just like everything else that I squirrel away.
Probably just needs a tube.
Do you? No, all the capacitors. Now, do you have like the mounts for the antenna? I'm sorry, the ladder on the roof? Like, I think there'd be holes on the roof.
Yes, so on the top of the truck there is a rack to hold the ladders. Yes. Yes, there is.
Are you going to restore it to be an RCA truck?
That thought has crossed my mind. I don't know.
There is a person that had found a Model T truck. I don't remember the year, it was in the teens. And when he started to restore it, take the paint off for the side of it, it had under there Tasty Cake.
Oh my God.
It was an original Tasty Cake truck. He went to Tasty Cake and they helped pay to have this vehicle restored, provided he would show it at different shows. So if I'm so lucky to have that on the side of the RCA truck, you know, who knows? I'll go to Alex.
I think we're all very familiar with the RCA tube manuals, the single volume ones. Most, several, the rest of you will recognize these, but this was on every engineer's desk in America for, decades. I just brought the receiving tube version of that. I think it goes to 17 volumes. I have 7. I don't have Thyrotrons and some of the other fun things. Next.
Sure.
I'm Darren, and I brought a very, very interesting item. Something that I'm sure nobody's ever seen before. A Victrola 78. These are very, very rare. Now, as a matter of fact, I was actually considering donating it to Phil for one of his demonstrations until I looked at the back of it. I remember seeing one of these in a friend of mine's collection several years ago, and I asked him about it. And he told me he found it on the wall of an old antique store, and the guy wouldn't sell it, but he convinced him to. And I always wanted one, and I found this in a barn on Staten Island in a pile of other 78s, and I just looked through them. Sometimes I don't bother looking through the 78s when they're this old. But I looked and I found this, and I said, wow! I said, and it's in beautiful condition, and it spends most of its time hanging on a wall. But I just thought it would be. It's not quite RCA, but it is Victor, so I figured it would be a nice thing to bring tonight.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. They do. The clubs. They paint the letters, make them in the clubs.
Well, it's not. That would make it worth less, I guess.
Yeah, I got one. They're worth less. I got one.
Rob Flory, rewind about 50 years before Phil's letter. This is to Mr. Leslie Earl Flory, Lawrence, Kansas. Dear Mr. Flory, I'm glad to report that you've been selected for our 1930 student engineering course. To report to my office for work on or about June 30th, your salary will start at $30 per week. That's Grandpa. He got a few letters like this from some other companies, but he picked RCA because it was only a 5-day work week. GE and AT&T, they wanted 6 days out of you. And this student engineering course was sort of a cool setup where you rotated through different labs for about a month each in different fields. He did one with phonographs, one with speakers, and when he got around to the television research, he negotiated to end his rotation there and stick with that.
Marsha.
Marsha and Jerry Sepkin, and we brought a collection of early RCA advertising from the 1920s in the form of postcards and blotters. And you could look at them. And also some other postcards. This was an RCA response card. It was given to people who bought RCA radios. and they would send it to broadcasting stations saying that they heard a show and they liked it very much. And there's also other ones. This is a radio, a postcard from home. Okay, and now Jerry is going to talk.
Okay, I'll talk about it. Jerry, something. We also have a rare recording here that I picked up recently. It's from 1937, and it's on one side is David Sarnoff talking about Marconi shortly after his death in 1937. And the other side is Marconi speaking about his invention. And I haven't heard it either, so nobody has heard this yet, so it should be interesting. Thank you.
Anything around 1937?
And thank you to Darren for bringing equipment to play it. It's NBC.
Blue and red network.
On July 20th, 1937, the voice of one of the world's great citizens was stilled when death came in Rome, Italy, to Guglielmo Marconi. Through the medium of sound recording, that voice still lives. The National Broadcasting Company is honored to present to you, as a permanent remembrance, a few of Marconi's own words, recorded from a radio address which he broadcast by shortwave in October of 1935. First, we bring you a reenactment of Marconi's first transatlantic wireless message, an event from which sprang the entire worldwide system of radio communication. The scene is Signal Hill, Newfoundland. The time is a cold December day in 1901. Marconi and his two assistants, Kemp and Paget, have just finished mooring the big kite which holds the wireless antenna, the all-important antenna by which they hope to catch magnetic signals sent 2,000 miles across the Atlantic. The cold wind howls offshore.
Everything's all ready, sir. The kite's up and all the equipment's in order.
Thank you, Paget. And now it's about time for them to begin sending from England.
Mr. Marconi.
Yes, Kemp.
Mr. Marconi, do you think we can do it? We've been working for 4 months now, and, well, sir, there are a lot of people who think we're mad.
People thought that of me when I was a youth, when I was experimenting in my father's house in Italy. They thought that of me only a short time ago, before I sent the first message from Parliament across the Thames without using wire.
But 2,000 miles, sir, across the Atlantic.
There it is, 11:30. That means 3:30 in England, the time I told them to start sending. Gentlemen, the world will soon know whether Marconi was right or wrong.
Can you hear anything, Mr. Marconi?
No, nothing yet. The kite is still flying?
Yes, Mr. Marconi. The wires running to the ground are all right, too. There's nothing wrong.
That's right, Mr. Marconi, and they must be sending in England. You've told them to send for 3 hours to repeat 3 dots over and over, the letter S.
Gentlemen, would you mind keeping an eye on the instruments in the other room?
But, Mr. Marconi, that would leave you all alone.
Yes, but I think I should rather be alone just now. I must wait. That's all. I must wait. Nothing. Still nothing. Nothing but the wind, the awful silence pounding in my ears. Perhaps after all, it was a dream. Perhaps.
Mr. Marconi,
Paget!
The infamous Mr. Marconi, come here, I was moving.
When I did hear it, I was afraid to believe. Listen, Again! There it is again!
You've done it, Mr. Marconi, you've done it. We've had a wireless signal from England here in North America.
Clear across the ocean. Gentlemen, do you know what that means? Do you realize what we have proved? Wireless telegraphy across the Atlantic Ocean is an accomplished fact.
And now the National Broadcasting Company brings you the voice of the late Guglielmo Marconi himself, recorded as he spoke from Rome over shortwave radio, which modern sound has developed from that first faint spark.
I wish to you, all who are listening, and to your dear ones, the best of luck, happiness, and prosperity. Good night to everybody. Good night.
Question is whether you could lead in shortwave static and take out the records. That's true. But the wind, you want to keep the wind too.
We present David Sarnoff, President of the Radio Corporation of America and Chairman of the Board of the National Broadcasting Company. Because of a warm personal friendship of more than 30 years, Mr. Sarnoff is particularly well suited to speak about the great inventor, Mr. David Sarnoff.
In the passing of Guglielmo Marconi, the world today has lost a great inventive genius, one whose name will live forever in the pages of history. On this sad occasion, it is a consolation to remember that the world did not wait until after Marconi's death to recognize and reward his great achievements. His own country and almost every other civilized nation have bestowed many honors upon him, and by doing so have honored themselves. As long ago as 1909, he won the Nobel Prize for Physics, and the other awards, medals, degrees, and titles he received during his lifetime constitute a long and impressive list. The widespread international character of this recognition calls attention both to the universal nature of Marconi's immortal invention and to the fact that he himself was, in the finest sense, a true citizen of the world. The whole universe was the laboratory in which his mind and inspiration worked. So also, centuries earlier, the great Italian explorer of geography, Christopher Columbus, had conquered an ocean and discovered a new continent. Marconi, the explorer of science, conquered space and united the world. He was the benefactor of all mankind. The genius of Marconi was a gift to the people not of one nation, but of all nations. His scientific achievements, like the radio waves themselves, transcend international boundaries. They benefit all men, everywhere, regardless of the man-made barriers of language, creed, and politics. Aside from the scientific achievements, Marconi was an outstanding and distinguished man.
He had unusual intelligence combined with utter simplicity. He had great force of character combined with warm sympathy and understanding. As age increased his wisdom, his outlook continued as useful as the art he created, which has become a symbol of the modern search. His visits to the United States have given Americans an opportunity to know of him not only as a great scientist, but also as a man of rugged character and extraordinary personal charm. It was my great privilege to have known Guglielmo Marconi for more than 30 years, ever since I was a boy. He was always a source of inspiration to me, always a kind teacher and a loyal, helpful friend. It is impossible for me to put into words my deep sense of personal loss. I can only express my gratitude that my life should have been enriched by this friendship. America joins the world in the deep sense of loss which his death brings. The whole world today mourns the passing of this illustrious world figure, Guglielmo Marconi. We can only bow our heads and say, life's race well run, life's work well done, life's victory won, now cometh rest.
Nice.
Is anybody going to show us a piece on the air?
You're talking about the console?
No.
Well, it's the homebrew.
The homebrew.
It's ours.
Tell us about your homebrew.
Not an RCA guy.
He just brought it in.
That's okay.
The console I brought tonight is actually Dallas's. This was donated by Ray Chase for the War of the Worlds presentation, and I restored the chassis. And I'm just starting to do a little more work on the cabinet to finish it up. Marty Friedman, by the way. And I used this radio in the contest, the broadcast band DX contest, to see how I do when the results are in.